I thank you for joining me today, and I give all the glory, all the praise, all the honor to the Lord God Almighty for His faithfulness unto us. My name is Patrick Tolani. I'm a pastor with Christ Love Assembly, a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Oxford. And as you know, we do reflect from the Open Heavens Daily Guide written by Pastor Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. The topic we are considering today is obeying without questioning. And the Bible passage is taken from the book of 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 1 to 5. And Elijah the Tishbite of the inhabitants of Gilead said to Ahab, "As the Lord God of Israel lives, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain this year except at my word." Then the word of the Lord came to him, saying, "Get away from here and turn eastward and hide by the brook Cherith, which flows into the Jordan. And it will be that you shall drink from the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed you there." So he went and did according to the word of the Lord, for he went and stayed by the brook Cherith, which flows into the Jordan. Our memory verse, Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 23. And it says, "But this is what I commanded them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your God, and you shall be my people, and walk in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well with you." There is a song that somebody in Nigeria sang. He was a very popular singer, and he called the song Zombie. In fact, the way he said is, "Zombie, oh zombie, zombie, oh zombie." According to him, zombie will not go unless you tell him to go. Zombie will not eat unless you tell him to eat. Whatever you tell zombie to do, that is what zombie will do without questioning. Now, considering our topic for today, we need to ask ourselves, can we really be zombies for Christ? When we look at the life of Elijah from the passage that we read today, after pronouncing the word of the Lord that there will be no rain for a period of time, the Lord told him to go to the brook Cherith, which flows into Jordan, and that he would drink from the brook and also be fed by the ravens. Looking at this instruction alone, one can think of several reasons why that should have been a difficult instruction for the man of God to obey. The first thing is that God did not command him to go to a home where he can have roof over his head. Secondly, with the years of drought, Elijah should have considered that the brook could dry up. What happens when the brook dries up? Lastly, ravens were commanded to feed him. That is the most daunting of all the instructions. Has he ever seen red known where a greedy raven ever fed anybody? Elijah disregarded all those intellectual debates and followed God's instruction to the letter. The second phase was probably more difficult to fathom. Elijah was asked to go to a widow and live with the widow. There were so many rich married people that the Lord could have instructed him to go and live with, but God singled a widow. What would people say when they heard that he lived with a widow and yet they were not married? He obeyed the voice of the Lord and he did what the Lord told him to do. We need to obey the Lord. It's better to obey than to sacrifice, and that is critical. Listen to the voice of the Lord from today, and it shall be well with you. Our action point: obeying without questioning is the height of trust, while questioning before obedience is the height of mistrust.